Obviously, well, we good here. Terrific win for our team. Thought our guys competed unbelievably hard. Obviously, one of the big differences in the game was the rebounding and our ability to get some second chance points. I thought defensively we really followed our plan and made it hard for them to make threes and just didn't let them get into any kind of rhythm and flow and made them have longer possessions. So just really proud of our guys. Bama's a good team. They compete hard. They got good players. They made a heck of a run at us, but, credit our guys for their defensive stops down the stretch to win the game. Questions?
Coach, I want to sneak a question in here before I have to run down on TV, but a
Yeah.
5-0 start for you guys, 10 different players scored tonight. What are you most proud of about this group early on in the season?
Just their willingness to sacrifice for the greater good in all that we're dealing with, not only for our team success, but also just to be able to play. Just really proud of them. The effort that they're giving is incredible. I think we're just playing really, really hard. And, good things have happened to us. And, it's a long season, but proud of this group and excited to see where it takes us.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, thank you.
Coach Trevor Gross from CUTigers.com. I'm assuming that Hunter Tyson had a concussion there, which is why he didn't return. Is that the case? You have a status on him?
Yeah, he got kneed in I think it was the eye or the forehead. Knew right away that, he wasn't doing well and, probably wasn't going to be available. It's too bad because he was playing probably his best half of the season. He was really the guy that was getting us off to the good start. He made a bunch of shots. Thought his effort was great. Not sure how long he'll be out, but, it's a significant loss for our team.
Coach, Aamir was in early foul trouble again, played just 4 minutes in the first half with 2 points with those 2 early fouls. I guess it was kind of a good versus bad. You still had a 4-point lead at halftime, but that kind of takes him out of his rhythm, doesn't it?
Yeah, it makes it hard on him, and he's got to be better. He puts himself in some situations occasionally where there's some contact and, sometimes a ticky-tack foul. I thought his second foul was, there wasn't a ton of contact there, but, his first foul was the foul that he shouldn't make. Left his feet on a shot fake, I think, and he's just got to be better. And it's too bad because then I think he sits there for, 15 minutes at times, but, unfortunately he has a propensity to foul some. And so I can't, when we're playing well enough, I don't want to put him back out there because he could be in a situation where you're not going to have him then at the last 5-6 minutes of a tough game. And so, we had to battle. My 2 freshmen fought their tails off in the first half, PJ and Omax especially because of all those things. And they did a lot of things wrong. They're in the wrong spots in a lot of plays that we ran. They got confused on some things, but you know what? They play hard. And they're both big athletic front court players. And so their athleticism and their size makes up for some of their mistakes right now. And when they get to be guys that really understand what we're doing, they're going to be good players. But I thought they were tremendous. I thought they helped us get to halftime in a great way. And, I'm really, really proud of those 2 guys for competing in a high-level game like that.
Hey, Brad, it's Phil Kornblut. 4 wins over teams from SEC, Big Ten, ACC coming up. How do you think that bodes for you going into league play, number 1? Number 2, have you had any word from Frank Martin about the game with South Carolina considering their COVID issues?
Second one first, I have not talked to Frank and, obviously disappointed to hear that. Don't want that for anybody. So we'll probably talk more. I would assume somebody in our camps will probably have some conversations this week at the beginning of the week. We're in the middle of a really rugged stretch here with Maryland and Alabama and Virginia Tech. The league didn't do us any favors with throwing this game like this. So, hopefully it's going to bode well for us in league play, but we've got our hands full. We've got an unbelievably short turnaround. We got to go all the way back up to Blacksburg and play a very talented team. So, but I like the way we're playing. Our guys are competing hard, and if we can continue to do that, got to clean some things up on offense, be a little bit better in terms of our execution. We can have some success this year.
Coach, if you can look back to the second half when Alabama took its first lead since early in the first half, they go up by 1. You have a timeout, and you drew up that backdoor cut by I think it was Honor off the pass from Sims. That put you back ahead for good. But how important was it to kind of right back the way you did?
Yeah, that was a big possession. Obviously, you know, they stole the momentum. I almost called timeout the possession before, but we thought we had something good that we liked that we were going to run. And so we tried it, didn't work. And then obviously they scored in transition. We called timeout and just got organized. And, you know, sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. Our guys really executed. It was a good backdoor play that I think it was good for our momentum. It gave us the lead back, and I think it gave our kids confidence again. Like, hey, we got a standing 8 count here. They made a little run, but we're okay. We scored. Now we got the lead again. I really told them. I told them. I said, hey, we're going to make this back cut layup, and then the game is going to be won with our defense. We're going to need to stop them. They're in a little bit of a run. We got to get our defensive mojo back to win the game, and thankfully we were able to do that.
Coach, I thought another momentum play right before the half when you held them. You got the stop on defense on their last shot, and then PJ made a great hustle play on the sideline, and the whole team kind of rallied behind him.
Yeah, unbelievable play. And people don't understand that. And, you know, PJ, that's just PJ Hall. He's a worker, man. He's competitive. But that's a huge play. We try to get the stop. The ball gets knocked loose. It's about ready to go out of bounds. There's going to be 3.5 seconds left, and they're going to get a chance to run a late play with a good sideline out of bounds against a hard team. And PJ, I mean, he goes vertical or horizontal, and his belly button is even with the floor. I mean, he's 3 feet off the ground, and he's diving into the chairs to save the ball in bounds so that they don't get a possession. There's not a lot of guys that are doing that. So that was an incredible hustle play. Huge momentum play for our team and gave us a lot of confidence at halftime.
Hey, Coach Lawton Swan, just kind of looking back on the first 5 games, what's the difference with communication with the lack of fans in the building? I mean, is there a comparable measure for you in terms of being able to communicate with the team? Yeah,
everybody hears everything, and sometimes that's good and sometimes that's not good. And it's on both benches, and you're hearing just about everything everybody's calling and talking to each other about, and coaches coaching, and, you know, you hear a lot with the players, and you really got to create your own energy. And, you know, that's really important. Your team's got to be energized on the side. And, you know, that's a big part of this whole thing. Hopefully our style of play is going to help that. I did think there was one time in the second half, we had a little bit of a lull over there. I kind of got after our bench a little bit. I didn't think our guys were as energized as they needed to be. Our guys on the court needed some help. And they got to look over and see strength in our bench. And, you know, we got to make sure that we're giving them that. We didn't do that for a little bit today. But that's really important in this scenario that we're playing right now, the settings that we're in a big gym and everybody can hear everything. It was really neat for the guys because it's a fun for them to play in a pro arena. Nice event, you know, 4 big games, bunch of close games today. So this was a cool experience for our players.
Hey, Brad, Phil Kornbluth again. The 21 turnovers, much of a concern for you moving forward as you step it up into ACC play. Really the first time all season you guys have been a little bit sloppy with the basketball.
Yeah, a little bit. Obviously, you know, you're going to have these games every once in a while. I thought we were obviously Aamir had 6 of them. I mean, they did a good job on him. I don't think he ever got into a great rhythm. It was just kind of one of those nights that he had to fight through and play through. And, you know, John Newman had some turnovers tonight too. Those 2 guys accounted for at least half of them. So I think our guards did okay. You know, my 2 point guards hung in there pretty good and battled. But yeah, that's concern. You can't turn it over 20 times and expect to win very much. So we got to tighten that up a little bit. But we made up for all that with our rebounding. Our rebounding really, really saved us today.
Coach, it's Trevor again. I know it's still early and you're focused on starting ACC play, but if you get into the rankings this week for the first time in 2 years, how much can that just kind of add to the momentum that your team's got early?
You know, I'm not really worried about it, Trevor. It's great. It's fun. It's good for the program. It's good for our fans. It's good for my players. I mean, you're always happy when stuff like that happens, but really doesn't mean a lot right now. We certainly appreciate the notoriety. We're trying to build our brand, our program, continue to take it to another level, but it doesn't mean a whole lot in December. So, you know, we got to really be focused. This is a tough week for us coming up. We got a really challenging week with a game against an ACC opponent on the road and a short turnaround, and then a game against our rival at the end of the week. Our guys have really got to not be worried about being ranked and patting themselves on the back. They better be ready to compete. And hopefully they'll do that.